Hi, my name is Cher Thomas and I'm the Indigenous Seamstress and welcome to my channel. This feels so weird to say, but yeah. So let's get the greetings and salutations out of the way, shall we? Okay. Skutash, ani anip chigik Cher Thomas, ani ur akamerot them cho obak, nyako amke, goeva amjot goma Jackson in the Kuri akamanjovat in Avijon. Matagay jimit the lamp to go in your homage. What I said in the people's language is, hi, my name's Cher. I am Akameratam, which is also known as Pima. Pima is our common English name, but what we call ourselves is different. We call ourselves the Akameratam, which means river people. And I am Olbak, which means human. And that also means that I am a descendant of the Kokapa, the Yavapai, and the Hishidampabash, which is the Maricopa tribe of the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community. And I am also a tiny bit Navajo, but we don't talk about that. Hey. But anyway, I hail from District 6, Comatka Village, in the Gila River Indian community of Arizona, which is located very close to Laveen, Arizona, and Phoenix, Arizona. Basically, I am between the South Mountain, which is behind me, and the Estrella Mountains. I live right in that valley between these two major mountains. If you ever heard of the Phoenix Lights, they disappeared around my village. So, anyway, welcome to my channel. I am a fourth generation seamstress. My grandmother, my mother, my great grandmother made traditional clothing out in California for the tribes out there. My grandmother made traditional clothing in District 4 in Stotinic, which is closer to like Casa Grande area, and also out here in District 6. My biological mother is would make traditional dresses here and there, mostly for us, like for the dancers, and then my aunt makes it professionally as well, and so do I. The only thing that really differentiates me between myself and my relatives is that I'm the only one crazy enough to do this full time and to make sewing my full-time career. That's kind of the only difference between me and them. But I wanted to share that with you because it's very important to me. I'm carrying on a legacy in my work. And another thing about me and my background is that I'm a former title holder. So that means is I used to have a crown. Oh, I should have brought it down. I have a little baby crown in my little case over here. But anyway, I am a former Miss Phoenix Union High School District, a former Miss Gila River, which is the Goodwill Ambassador for my entire tribe, which has been the absolute one of the highest honors of my entire life. I'm very, very, very honored to be a former Miss Gila River, and I'm also a former Miss Indian ASU. When I was Miss Indian ASU, I had actually won a Pitchfork Award, which is Arizona State University's highest honor in student leadership. I'm actually the third woman and the only Native American to ever win one. So I'm very, very proud of that accomplishment. At Arizona State University, I studied human communication, which specialized in rhetoric and political communication. And I also studied American Indian Studies, which specialized in cultural revitalization projects such as this. And so I see my YouTube channel as a little bit of a cultural revitalization project, in so much as Goodwill Ambassadorship, but also in inspiring other Native artists to do their best to be the best artists they can be. I'm here to support other Native artists and to encourage other Native artists and to show other Native artists like, yo, I'm in the thick too. I'm in the weeds too. You know, we're gonna get through this together, and you know, I'm here for that. And another thing about my background is that I'm an activist. I've been in activism now for about 10 years. I work with various groups and organizations. Primarily, I work towards environmental issues and causes, especially in pollution. Pollution in city areas are a big deal for me, and also air quality on indigenous lands is a very big deal. Also, the exploitation of natural resources in the Arizona region is a huge deal to me, and I do what I can to advocate keeping Arizona as pristine as possible. And I also advocate on behalf of the murdered and missing indigenous women, children, and men. And I've even spoke at the Arizona House of Representatives advocating for a bill which would create a study to look into the root causes of the epidemic that is the murders and the rapes and the kidnappings of indigenous women. I want to take a half of a sidestep because I always want to put this forth, but 1 in 3 indigenous women will be a victim of domestic violence, sexual assault, murder, and or rape in their lifetime. 1 in 3. It's to the point now where indigenous women are some of the most targeted and most vulnerable people on earth. And so what I do in my spare time is I advocate for them, and I help other women who are experiencing loss. It's a lot of work. It's a lot. But that's what I do. And we'll see. I don't know if you guys want to be a part of that. I don't know if you want to see activism stuff or to listen to that rhetoric. It can be a little intense, so I'm going to let y'all decide on that one. But that is a part of my background, and as we get closer, it's going to come up here and there. So I just want to say it now. But anyway, another thing about me is that I am a cancer patient. I was diagnosed with cancer, endometrial adenocarcinoma, last year, and that is a cancer in the lining of my uterus. I have had surgery and other treatments, and so far so good. So far so good. However, I've recently acquired some other issues, and so we'll see what happens. But everybody keep their fingers crossed. Another thing about me and my background is that I'm adopted. This is my this way. This is my adopted mom. Hey, mom. Hello. I'm gonna pick her nose. No, I picked my boob instead. Hold it right there. Yeah. Anyway, that's Alma. That's my mom. Her name's Karen, and she's the most Karen who ever did Karen. You want to be out, Karen? You talk to old girl. Oh yeah. Anyway, I call my mom the Bowser of Karens. After you defeat all the little Karens, you go up against my mom. But anyway, I love her. She's my adopted mom. She's had me since I was 6 months old. When I was born, my biological mother, we don't really know. I don't really know. I assume it was postpartum depression, but I don't really know. All I do know is that she wanted to adopt me outside of my tribe. She didn't want me to be with a native parent. She didn't want me to be able to find her, I think, from what I was told by other people. And so my tribe fought for me. My tribe wanted me, and that's why I'm here. And I got real close to not even knowing who my tribe even is. And there are Native youth out there who experienced that, and that was almost me. And that's not lost on me, which is why I cherish my culture so very much. To the point where I studied it, to the point where I went to college. I went to college in communication, American Indian Studies, so I could learn how to talk to Indians. Money well spent. And I decided to make cultural revitalization the cornerstone of my career. And so that is how I find myself here today. What I would like to do with this channel, with this opportunity, is I would like to share with you my experiences as I push the boundaries. What I mean by that is there are projects I have in my mind that really I don't want to involve a client in, because I want to make what I want to make, and I want to make it the way I want to make it. And so some of them are ideas that I have had for years, and I'm finally going to bite the bullet. I'm finally going to do it. Let's get it done. And I want y'all to join me as I look for this information, as I do research, as I communicate with my elders, as I see what is culturally appropriate and inappropriate, and in the creation and the fabrication of the project. And finally, I would love to do a major photo shoot and like send everybody postcards. We'll see. That's the big idea. Anyway, there's no water in here. Yes, there was. My mom hates that sound, and I'm so sorry, Mom. But anyway, that's really what I'm here to do. I'm here to answer your questions. Here's another thing. It's almost impossible to offend me, because, well, especially when it comes to understanding my culture or the indigenous perspective or my personal perspective. I don't have I don't judge people from mainstream society when they try to understand indigenous cultures at all. I have no judgment, because I'm aware that there are so many stereotypes, there's so many lies in mainstream culture, and there are so many myths in mainstream society, and different groups believe different things about us. And so, you all of your questions are welcomed, and there's no real way to offend me. Even if you straight up insult me and call me names and X, Y, and Z, that's fine, because all you're really doing is proving what kind of parents you had. All you're doing is proving the type of job your parents did in raising you. That has nothing to do with me. And so I want to dispel any fear, because I think fear of, members of mainstream society are so afraid of offending indigenous people that there's no true understanding. There's just assumption, or the great unsaid, which is what I usually call it. So I want to curve around that. I want to get around that. I don't want that to be a part of this dialogue. I want you to know you can literally ask whatever you want, and I will do my best to answer. Now, with that being said, there also needs to be the respect and the understanding between myself and you, the audience, that there's going to be a limit. There's going to be a space, a time, a topic where no, because it's not for you to know. It's not for your information. That's for us. I do come from a tribe that's very keep it secret, keep it safe. That's kind of the motto. And we're definitely probably going to get to that boundary. And that's also a part of true allyship. I'm going to teach you how to respect the boundaries of other cultures. That's part of this great lesson that I'm here to share. What I want to really do with this channel is I want to inspire other Native American artists to put themselves forth in the mainstream societal sphere. That I am totally 1000%, indigenous FUBU, for us, by us, totally me. But there are so many myths about indigenous people, even whether or not we exist. And a part of being an artist is crushing and questioning all of the stereotypes and prejudgments we have in our minds. And a part of being an artist is opening people's eyes to the truth. And also, a part of being an artist is helping to define what is the truth. And the only way artists can be a part of that is by jumping in the conversation, which is kind of what I'm doing. And I hope that other Native artists do the same. And I also hope that I can help y'all understand a little bit better about where I come from, about who I am as an artist, as a cancer patient, as a former title holder, as a fourth generation craftsperson, as an activist, and as just another res girl with a sewing machine and a dream. Because that's kind of really all I really am, just a res girl with a sewing machine and a dream, here to share with you some of the groundbreaking work that I have carved out for myself. And I'm willing to be open and honest with you all about this process. And I'll do another video within which I introduce these projects. For the time being, what I would like for you to do is to follow me on social media. I can be found on Facebook and Instagram at Cher Thomas Designs, which is the exact same name as this channel. I believe if you go to the channel, I put the link up on the channel, so go ahead and check that out. Also, if you could please subscribe, and I am told to tell y'all to hit the bell. So feel free to do that, and that way you'll know when I upload again, or whenever I do something crazy on the internet. I don't know. But I'm very, very honored to have gotten the attention that I got. I wasn't expecting that at all. To be quite honest with you, I made that video, I spoke from my heart, and then I sent it to Kathy, and I got a little response from her. She just thanked me and said she needed a minute to process. And then that was it. And I thought, oh, okay, she saw it. That's enough for me. And then, all this happened, and just, oh my gosh, and I'm honored. I'm shocked. But I'm here. I hope we can have an amazing experience together. And thank you so much. In closing, when we leave places, when we say goodbye, we say Dom Nye. So, Dom Nye.